start. Okay. So I want you in the chat right now to go ahead and tell me, what is your favorite book? What is your most favorite book? Go ahead and write it in the chat. What is your most favorite book? Write it in the chat. I'll write mine. Ooh, 10 pumpkins. Good. Make sure you write it in the chat so we get a whole bunch of messages. Vaughn, did you have a question? What's your question?
How do you write the 3 little pigs?
If you'll go down at the bottom of your screen, it should say chat. It should be like a message icon. It says chat at the bottom.
I'm about to start my thing.
You see it?
I'm already there.
Okay, and then where it says type message here, that's where you'll type your favorite book, okay?
So, how do you spell the...
Spell it the best you can. You got it. Spell it the best you can. All right, The Gingerbread Pete the Cat. I like that book. The Pigeon Needs a Bath. What a good book. Oh, I Set the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. World War II. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I don't know. 10 Pumpkins. What?
I came back on my
Awesome.
This.
Oh, Junie B. Jones. I love the Junie B. Jones series. All right.
What the frick happened?
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. Yes, Destiny.
What was your favorite book?
I have lots of favorite books, but I put in the chat that The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is one of my favorites. If I had to pick a picture book, it would be Madeline.
I like that movie.
It is a good movie. I might read that book to you guys. All right. So whenever people do really important activities, it helps if they get themselves ready to be at their absolute best. So for example, marathon runners eat lots of pasta and drink lots of fluids before a big race, so they'll be able to keep up their pace. Writers list possible topics, jot notebook entries, and write leads before starting a draft, so their writing will be literature. There are things that you too can do to get yourself ready for the best reading year of your life. Okay, so one thing that I have found that helps me be a better reader is to reflect on how my reading has gone. Does that make sense? Reflecting back on how my reading has gone in the past. Have there been times in your life when reading has been the best thing in the world? And then when you've gotten lost in a book for hours. So how many of you have gotten lost in a book or have thought that reading has been the best? Give me a thumbs up if you agree to that statement. If you think, or at some point in your life, you think reading has been the best. If you think reading has been the best at some point in your life, give me a thumbs up. I see Niley's thumb, Heavenly's thumb.
Word, the letter K. Is that a?
The letter
It's IDK.
That's all right. All right, I love seeing your thumbs because reading can be so much fun and you can get lost in a whole different world when you read. All right, so right now, think about one time in your life when reading was great for you. So go ahead and think about that. You don't have to answer, just think of when reading was great for you. So when I think back of when reading was great for me, I think back to at my house that I grew up in, I had a spot outside underneath a tree that I would read under, and I could sit there all day and I could read my book. And then another time is when I first started to read, what was that book series? Um, oh no, I can't remember the book series. Anyways, I got lost in this this big book series. I think it had about 8 books in the series, and I just could not put those books down. They were so interesting to me. So later today, you'll have that opportunity to write that down in your assignment, okay? That's why I'm asking you to think right now, okay? So once you figure that out, once you have a time in your mind, push yourself to figure out what made that one time really work for you. So if I think back to why I really liked sitting underneath that tree to read, I think, well, it's because no one could really bother me while I was out there. It was pretty quiet. I had good light because it was outside. Um, and I could just be all by myself, okay? So today, this is really important, so make sure you listen. Listen carefully. Today, I want to teach you that readers find ways to set themselves up so their reading can be fantastic. Readers don't just read books, readers also build reading lives. So, how can we set up ourselves for a great reading year? We can repeat what's worked for us in the past, just like reading under the tree, or maybe just finding a book that's super interesting. Yes, Oscar.
We can also, if we have trouble with one book, we can read a book we've already read, and the words you don't know from the other book, you can sound them out.
That is a great strategy. Yeah, you can also go back and look back at those words.
And
So, go ahead, Oscar.
this question isn't really about reading, but I keep forgetting, what is math again?
Math, great question. We'll start at 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I know.
Okay. So, when I think back to when reading was great for me, I think about why sitting under the tree was such a great spot for me. I was able to have a nice, peaceful place to read. And when I was reading those book series that I was super interested in, I was really interested in them. So I really wanted to get lost in that world and be a part of it and read more and more. So I have another question for you to think about, okay? When did you feel proud of your work as a reader? I want you to think about it first, so hold on. I'm going to give you a little bit of thinking time. All right, so I will share one thing that made me proud that I was a reader. So there was this really difficult book called A Rabbit Tale of Mystery by Deborah and James Howe. It was really difficult for me to read. And it was a mystery book, and I don't really read mysteries. And so I was proud of myself for reaching out and picking a different genre of something that I would not usually have read. So I was proud that I made that big step. Does that make sense of that question? Yeah? All right. Does anyone want to share what made them proud to be a proud reader? Yes, Oscar, go ahead.
So I've been reading chapter books for at least since first grade, and when I finish them, I feel proud because it takes me a while to finish them, and they're so long, and some people can struggle with chapter books, and I just feel proud for myself that I can do that because some people have struggles with it and they really can't do it as good as you sometimes.
Awesome. I love that you shared that. That's so true. Yeah, reading chapter books sometimes can be difficult because they're long. All right, Destiny, do you have something you want to share about being a proud reader?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I like to read, but sometimes. So when I was at my my aunt house, I used to read. I was reading books and watching TV, but what I think is books is most important because it helps you learn how to read.
Yeah.
And if the chapters have long, you can still read them.
Yep, you can still read them even if the chapters are long. Does anyone else have a moment they want to share when they were a proud reader? All right, I'll share another one of mine. So go ahead, Oscar.
In second grade, I finished all of the Captain Underpants series chapter books, and after I read the last book of it, I felt so proud because after that, because last year in second grade, for some reason, they wouldn't let you read Dogman, but they would let you read Captain Underpants. So I beat the series, and now I'm reading Dogman books. So that's why I am really proud for finishing the series of the Captain Underpants. So.
Yeah, and that's a long series too, so that's amazing. I know Captain Underpants and Dogman were both popular with fifth grade last year too. All right, so I'm hoping that tonight or today, when we do our small groups and independent work, that you'll think about what you can do to set yourself up to have the best reading year ever. But you don't have to wait that long to start your best reading year. All right, Vaughn and Nino, thank you. All right. When I dismiss you guys to do independent work, and if you're not meeting with me for reading today, this doesn't apply to us. Hold on, I lost my spot. All right, so let me go ahead and share with you guys what we're doing today on Canvas, okay? Does that make sense? Are we ready? I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. So, Vaughn, make sure you're listening and paying attention. Okay, so for reading today, I will meet with Akayla, I think, Travion, Olivia, and Niley. So if I click on Monday, because today is Monday, today what you'll do is you'll do this complete your building your reading life assignment. It's only 4 questions, super easy. I'll go ahead and click on it so you can kind of see what it looks like. I'll hit preview. So it says, what's been one of your favorite books? And there's 4 different questions. So you'll answer, okay? And then down here, you'll click next, and you'll go to the next question. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions about that? Let me get everyone on here so I can see all. Does anyone have any?
Is it only for the Monday kids? So like today
No.
it will be for whoever's in that group.
So this is your independent work. So you'll do this right now after we end our reading mini lesson, or you'll do it after I meet with you, okay? And then let me go back and show you this. Vaughn, I need to see you. Okay, so going back into Monday, you'll click on Epic or Mayan and you'll explore one of those. Okay, for you to get on Epic, our class code is right here, so you can just copy and paste it in. And then if there's time today, you can do Lexia, okay? So I'm going to say about 15, 20 minutes on Epic or Mayan, and then this will probably take you 10, 15 minutes, and then the rest of the time you do Lexia, okay? Does that make sense? Let me stop my share. Okay.